reduced. So because of this El Nino event that we're experiencing, maize cobs are rotting in the gardens even before they dry. Beans are germinating even before they dry. Groundnuts are germinating, and many other crops are getting damaged. So there is a likelihood of more losses as a result of that. So I'm calling upon the farming community in Uganda to beware about this problem and to take necessary precautions to reduce on the loss. Otherwise, we may experience food shortage as a result. But at the same time, I'm calling upon the farming community to start preparing for the next season, much as we are still harvesting for this season. Because we are going into festive season, people may relax and don't look after their gardens and forget about preparing for the next season. Yeah. What I mean, you see, for all the crops, for maize, for beans, for groundnuts, for anything, once they are ready in the garden, you need to harvest them to avoid rain continuing to be in contact, which may cause fungus and other things to attack the harvest. But even when you harvest, you see, we harvest when our things are not yet dry enough. Maize is not yet dry enough. Beans are not yet dry enough, and so on and so forth. So when we go to our homes after harvesting, we are supposed to continue drying. But unfortunately, the sunshine is small. So we need to devise means. We either dry for the short time when the sun comes up, or we spread in the house. But we must ensure that we don't leave our things in bags, because they rot, they'll germinate. But at the same time, let us not dry on bare ground. Let us not dry on bare ground, but when you dry on bare ground, you are exposing your harvest to fungus, including those that can cause aflatoxins. So let us bother to dry on tarpaulins or on cemented platforms or on wire meshes. Let us find a way of avoiding drying on the ground. Cocoa has been number 4 in terms of export earnings for the country. Coffee is number 1. It is moving very fast from $800 million US to $900 million US, and eventually to $1 billion US. Fish is number 2, and number 3 has been tea. But tea is currently experiencing problems of low prices, and because of that crisis, the tea earnings have gone down, and because of that, the cocoa earnings have now gone to the 3rd position, and the tea has gone to the 4th position. So that being the case, I'm calling upon Ugandans to embrace the four, because they are the chief earners for the country. Coffee, let us expand on our coffee production. Let us improve on quality of what comes from our sweat by good practices. Let us use good practices to improve on our coffee so that we can earn even more. Same thing for the others, for fish, for tea, for cocoa. Yeah. Important intervention by government is to tell the population, and this is what I'm telling the population. I'm using the media to tell the population that the global market for cocoa is huge. And I'm asking the Ugandan farmers to take advantage of that availability of a huge global market so that they can earn more at a personal level, but also so that the country can earn foreign exchange. But of course, the second one is what I've just launched here. We have just launched the extension workers manual to guide them on, to guide them, but also to ensure that we are using uniform information. So we have sort of standardized the information that all extension workers in Uganda are going to give to the farmers. That is also very important. So now we have a manual to guide extension workers. But three, very most important, very, very important. I've told the country where cocoa can grow well. If you are near Lake Edward, if you are near Lake George, if you are near Lake Albert, if you are near Lake Victoria, if you are along River Nile, whether it's Victoria Nile or Albert Nile, if you are near the border with DRC, then your area is suitable for cocoa production. Go and start growing cocoa.
In this country, I've seen a number of significant improvements in the space. Thinking about farmers' livelihoods, district local government capacities, tools like this manual that has gone up, incomes of farmers, companies growing and moving into certified cocoa. I've seen a number of significant achievements, just to name a few. But let me just leave it there. I look forward to seeing the formal launch, liaising with you during the day, and I look forward to getting in touch with you and reconnecting. Some of you I haven't seen in a long time. So thank you, and over to you.
Educate them. We did not inform them on what should have been done. So I think we can do that differently, because this is money. And once a farmer loses, the farmer loses a lot of money. The loss of the farmer is also your loss. So let us work together to make sure that the farmer achieves better than what we are doing. Before I invite the minister, allow me to emphasize a few other focus areas that the ministry has been guided to undertake. This is in regards to cocoa production. We have 6 focus areas for the Ministry of Agriculture. And these focus areas include issues of seeds, seedlings, and stocking materials as number 1, where we need to involve research and to ensure that we have quality standard seeds. It is directly applied to our cocoa production. Once you lose out on the seed, you've lost it all. So quality standard seed becomes a priority as we look into production of cocoa. The next is pest and disease control. Pest and disease control, Extension needs to come in strong to ensure that our farmers are guided through in our production of cocoa. What are the pests and diseases that disturb our cocoa production? And how do we ensure the farmers address them effectively? The third issue is on irrigation and mechanization. For many times, we waited for God to give us water from the rain, from the heavens. Even when your neighbor, the next boundary is water body, we don't use it. We wait until God decides to give us water from up. Today we said, no, we can do better than that. And probably our cocoa will give us the fruit throughout the year, who knows. Can we improve on our irrigation and mechanization process? And as a ministry, we are working along that. From those in the local government, there's the project under UGIF, which is trying to help farmers get water for irrigation at a subsidized cost, and the ratio is 20. Farmer pays about 25%, and the government gives you about 75%. Let's encourage the farmers to come together and be able to get that services that is being provided. The fourth is on the issue of farmer education and mobilization. How often do we mobilize our farmers? How often do we educate them? If we're not careful at the moment, we have the Right Honorable Prime Minister moving across the country, trying to launch the approach of farm education and mobilization. And I'll also wish to say here that the Honorable Minister here has been pertinent in that from the word go. I think he has only maybe missed only one out of the 5 that has 5 regions we've covered so far, but he's so passionate about all that. So the process is continuing. If we get onto your district, please make sure you mobilize your people, come and see what happens, come and participate, and let's see how we can scale it up. But also I wish to say that Farmer Federation has not been with us. Honorable Minister, they should join us in that process. That was the fourth. The fifth one is working with large-scale farmers. I definitely believe that in cocoa production, the best approach for us to earn best would be increasing our production, working with the large-scale farmers. And with the large-scale farmers, if we support them, they will be in position to support the small-scale farmers near them, and that will help us to reach as many farmers as possible. Then finally, we have a special intervention on fisheries and aquaculture. That is the 6th area. I don't want to say that we cannot integrate cocoa with the fish. Let us see what we can do. But this is a special intervention we have on aquaculture and fisheries. So these are the major 6 areas that we are focusing on. It is not only for Ministry of Agriculture, it is for the agriculture sector. So if you're in agriculture sector, all these areas actually apply. And I also know that we have a vision and mission for the ministry. We want to move our farmers away from subsistence to commercial. And then we also have to ensure that they are profitable enough, competitive enough, and they're able to sustain what they're developing. And once that happens, everybody will smile. The president's idea of the 20 million per household will be able to achieve it. So let us all work together to ensure that we achieve the objectives for which we are here for. I say this for God and my country, and please allow me to take this opportunity to invite the Honorable Minister